A fairly short one today, so I'm just doing a video on how to make Dabchick's beak. I've considered a few things, metallic resins, also electrolysis, is that the word? No, electroplating, excuse me, to give it a metallic look. But actually, I'm just going to do the thing that I've always done, which is cut a small sliver of brass plate and stick it to his face. Now, the original Dabchick beak was quite thick. I think it was maybe 0.5 millimeter. But this one I got is 0.2 of a millimeter, so a fair bit smaller, or thinner I should say. It should be easier to shape for that reason. I'm slightly worried about creases, but we'll see. So when it comes to diameters, and even partial diameters, they're always a little bit larger than you might expect. So I have a printed Dabchick head here that I've shrunk the beak portion down of a little bit because I scanned it with the beak on, so the scan diameter is going to be larger than the actual, the final diameter. This is the concern I have with this piece here, is I'm using these tools and you can see these bumps appearing a little bit, and I wonder if there is a way to shape it without having those bumps incur. You know what I could do? I could put some silicone over the top like this. Yeah. And then when I bend it, the silicone is pushing into the... Yes, that works. It's funny that I had this lying around. This is actually from Dabchick's leg. So this is how it's going. I'm just rolling round the outside like that. And occasionally you'll get crease like that there, but then you just flatten it and roll it. And I think over time, just doing that over and over again, well, it seems to be the case, we'll have almost like a fake nail looking thing. We're getting closer. It's too large, of course, but of course I can always remove material. I wouldn't be able to add it had I cut it too small to start with. Just mark out this because I want to cut off a little bit of that, and then the same on the other side. Yeah, same on the other side. And I'm not so worried about this. This is a permanent marker, but I can certainly sand off any marks that are made. Okay, that's good, and that's nice. And so when I push this right to the base there, you can see the beak is aiming a little bit in that direction, which means I'm going to have to trim just a little more off that. But we are getting close to the correct size now, so I have to be really careful with it. I am getting very close to the limit of what I'm able to trim here. Can you see? And still we have to close that gap there. So the snips aren't precise enough, actually. So I'm going to be using one of these, I think. I'll hold it tight enough so that I can grip it, but hopefully I won't send it flying across the garden. Okay. This is certainly slower than the snips, but much more precise. Cleans up a lot of these sharp bits too, which is useful. Okay, so in terms of a fit, that is pretty lovely. The shine doesn't really match Dabchick's disheveledness, but there will be a natural patina that will form over that in time. But for the time being, we can add just a little bit of roughness with some sandpaper, I think. So just taking down some of that over shine. Okay, look at that. That looks lovely. So this was just a fairly short process, but I have been going guns blazing on Dabchick recently, and he should be done before too much longer. I filmed a lot of the process, so to see more of this, hit subscribe, notifications, and to support my work, there is a link to my Patreon. Thank you very much.